Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to our next hour of our Zoom call. And I've seen the students have already come in the room, although they come a little bit late. But anytime they come, we just go through the lecture. So without wasting time, I would like us, of course, to pay attention, get your pen and your book so that you can write down your notes. So we have covered a lot so far. Of course, from the beginning, from the steps, 6 steps, everyone should, of course, understand about this business in our affiliates. And of course, went ahead with some other lectures as we have them on the platform. I know and I believe that the ones who are serious with this, they are not behind. Those who are serious are not behind. From lecture 1 up to lecture that we have, of course, reached to, and we are going to add more. So we make our lectures in a series, and everybody who can learn those lectures in series every day, I believe he's becoming professional soon or later because of efforts he's applying that would enable him to have the abilities of doing everything that will make him achieve his goal. Everybody here has a goal. You may be having different goals here because we have different opportunities in Royal Q. I don't know if your goal is trading. I don't know if your goal is team building. I don't know if your goal is becoming a mentor. I don't know if your goal is to create circle as a trader. All those 4 areas can make one an income in Royal Q. And of course, if you do all, you can achieve a lot. So I would like to welcome senior lecturer to take us through the lecture for tonight. Lecturer, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. The class in the evening is encouraging. At least there are a good number of people. When you see 9 people, these are people who are sacrificing their moment of time so that they can sit and learn. This is okay. This is great. At least for the beginning, this is a wonderful number that we have in front of us. A good number of people want to learn and they want to master the technology. They want to know what to do so that when they are setting their robots, the robot will speak like them. The robot will act like them. The robot will follow all the instructions that they are providing. I normally like to talk as a teacher, although I did not study education to become a teacher, but at least it is understandable that you start from where people know, then you move to where people want to know. So you start from what you know to the place where people want to continue learning. So we have always said that when you are beginning to pick on somebody, you may see that this person is good. It looks like this person can accept this business of cryptocurrency trading using our robot, the Royal Q. And then you know there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. There are 5 major steps. And then when you have finished the 5 major steps, you take the person finally to step number 6. In the step number 6, you will be helping the person now to go in and begin making use of the robot. So that is why we talk of step number 6 as actually now being the trade setting. So the trade must begin, but you have to tell the robot what you want the robot to do in the trade. So we call that one the trade setting. So actually this teaches us that if you are thinking of a neighbor, a workmate, a friend, a colleague, or probably even a family member, maybe a relative, please try to begin talking and acquainting them so that they begin to think of Binance. You know that step number one is to help a person so that the person can actually get to understand the importance of Binance to set the robot, to set the application, the account. So you should learn the skill and you should be helping people with that kind of skill. It is only when you have done that, then you go to the Royal Queue. Royal Queue, you should also know how to do it. If you do not know, please try to sit with your friends, your upline, or even with me, if the worst comes to the worst, and maybe you find that you are not satisfied the way someone is teaching you how to share and how to set Royal Queue. We can link up at an appropriate moment of time when we are probably not very occupied, and we take you through. Then buying USDT is pretty important. You need to know how to do the buying of USDT and any other currency according to the technology of your country. It is needed. Because if you do that, that is the only way that you can now go ahead and you will be able to activate your robot, or the downline will be able to activate the robot, because the robot requires USDT. You need 120 to activate the robot. Of course, you need also 20 or more just for the fuel, for the transaction charges, the fuel. When you have activated the robot, then you now help somebody to go ahead and do the binding. These are important skills. In fact, every one of us would be required to know exactly how to do any of this, Then that is the time when the person comes to the place of setting the robot. So these evenings, we have been talking about the robot setting the robot, and so on. I wish we could also help so that you can see the binding and so on. For those who were with us in the past month, I demonstrated how we do the API binding. That time we talked a lot. We explained that if you have your Binance here, and then you also have your Royal Queue here, these two applications, the apps, they have to communicate. So we demonstrated that Binance will have to send the name of your shop for Royal Queue to know which of the so many millions of accounts, which one is yours. So Binance has to send the name of your shop to Royal Queue. Of course, you pick, and then you take it to Royal Queue. So it is taken that Binance has supplied the name of your shop. Then Binance also has to send the secret key so that when Royal Queue is coming to open the shop, Royal Queue should not go struggling to break the door without the key. Then, of course, it will be taken as intrusion. It will be taken like somebody coming as a robber, a burglar, a thief. So Royal Queue has to receive the key. So Binance sends the name of the shop and Binance sends the key. Meanwhile, Royal Queue on the other side has to respond. Binance will expect Royal Queue to send only the list of computers that are truly coming from Royal Queue. So the list of all the computers, how many? We saw that there are like 35, isn't it? I think so. We saw that there are like 35 different computers that Royal Queue will be using. And Royal Queue will have to send the list of all those computers so that Binance is aware. From that time onwards, there is communication between the two applications. This one is very much comfortable now to give the name of the shop and the key. Meanwhile, Royal Q has supplied the names of all the computers that are genuine and coming from them. These two applications will now start communicating between them. Then trade can begin. If this is not done, then we say binding has not yet taken place. And when binding has not yet taken place, then Binance will not allow just any computer to enter your account. Never. Also, Royal Q will not go because it has no idea which shop. There are too many with Binance, and Royal Q must know which one is relevant. So now we are concentrating on the 6 of the steps. We are concentrating on the 6 steps. We are not, just a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Sorry, let me put off the screen so that we share the screen, not the camera. Sorry, sharing the screen, not sharing the camera. So we go to sharing of the screen. We have been teaching step by step how to pick a currency, and if you have picked a currency, how to trade. We have said picking a currency is important. You should know which coin am I going to trade. And then if you have chosen your coin, you must actually show how much capital you are going to use. It is very important. Don't go to trade. So for all of you here who are trading, and probably for some who will still be trading in the near future, the day you will tell me that I have now activated my robot, I want to bind, we will help you to bind. Or I now have money, I want to buy the coins to bind, to activate the robot, we help you. Then we will ask you, how much money do you have that you want to use for the trade? When we're asking you how much money do you have that you want to use for your trade, don't think it is a secret. I'm not going to show them I have 2,000 USDT. These people want to ask me like that. I am not going to show them that I have USDT of 2,000 of them. I am going to keep this one my secret. And then we ask you, how much capital do you want to use for trade? Then you say, I have something like 150. I have something like 150. Of course, if you tell us that you have something like 150, we will believe you. And we will show you the setting of 150. We will tell you 150, okay, very good. Take 10,000, to take $10. $10 will be for the first buy-in amount. You will remain with 140. Have you understood? Yes. And then can you imagine? We will have distorted your progress very badly in the assumption that you don't have big capital. So when the day comes for your trade and we are asking you, how much capital do you want to use for your trade? If you have 2,108, simply tell us it is 2,108. If you have 189, simply tell us it is 189, so that we give the appropriate setting necessary to make use of this kind of money. This kind of money. Also, if later on you have added 68, you have added 68, you tell us that I have added 68 today. Somebody paid my debt. I want to put it for this business. I am not in a hurry to pick it to use it I wanted to add to my capital. Then for us, we will still again adjust. We know that, okay, very wonderful. This person has now gone above 200. The person has gone above 200. It is now 257. 257. Okay, so I am going to help him to use the setting of 250. The capital has changed. When you were here, we had given you the trade setting to use, but the trade setting for 150. After you have got the 68, inbox us, call us, say, sir, friend, I have added 68. Then we add 68, added to 189 by addition in the calculator, blah, blah, blah. That gives us 275. So we have to change so that we leave the setting of 150. We use the setting of 250. That is the setting that we will put for you. So the whole idea is that, where are we now? We have gone as far as we are concerned. We have gone and we have now reached step number 6. We are dwelling on the trade setting. So let me now go specifically to Royal Q, and we move on with our trade setting. In the morning, we did the trade setting for 350 USDT. That is what we did in the morning session. We are aware many of you were not available to attend. We are aware. And what have we done therefore? What we have done is we have recorded it and it's available on our platform. So we have understood you were not there, a good number, but we have understood also a few were available. We did the recording for the setting of 350. So don't worry, you will find it available. For now, allow us to move to a case where someone has capital up to 400 USDT and he wants to use on one currency. By the way, when we say capital of 400, it could even be that the person has 1,200, okay? And then the person wants to use it for one coin, maybe BNB. This one should take 400. Then he also wants to see that the next coin, BTC, and they are ready that for BTC also, they will pay 400. And then there will be 400 left. And they say, I think let me also do Ethereum. Did they say these are the 3 and the best that newcomers should use? The last 400, I am going to use for this one here. So let us just assume a situation like that. If this is the case, we actually tell the robot that the size of fund, the size of money that we want to use is 400. We don't tell the robot that we have 1,200. We tell the robot that we want to pick 400 to use for a coin, except we have 3 coins. If that is the case, we go to Royal Q. When we go to Royal Q, we have said that when you come to Royal Q, there are 2 alternatives. Do you want to put a trade setting for only one currency? If so, simply proceed to the appropriate currency. On the other hand, if you know you need 2 currencies, and maybe you need 3 currencies even, or more, then you don't have to pick one by one. Instead, you know you are going to repeat the setting. So why don't you go and put the recording of the trade setting on this page number 5, on this page number 5 of mine. Then you will pick that setting and use, you pick a coin, you copy it. You pick a coin, you copy. You pick a coin, you copy. So that is what we are going to do, and that is what we are going to encourage for you to keep your trade setting, so that even at a later time, if your notes are in the jacket at home or in your laptop bag at the office, you still have appropriate trade setting, very correct, available under mine. So let me open now the mine. And then we have said, when you have opened this page number 5, go to the bottom and see number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one here from the bottom. This is where you keep trade settings. So we go there and we tell the robot that we have a new trade setting, a trade setting of 400 that we want to keep, then we will copy. Let us first of all see, did we have a trade setting of 400? 150 is here. Trade setting of 100 is there. And even trade setting of 400 is here. Trade setting of 400 is here. We already have it. Trade setting of 400. That is exactly what we want. We already have it. Since we already have it, do we have to waste time teaching it? I think we should, so that people will get to know from the basic. I think we should. So what are we going to do? I will come to this button and I will delete it just intentionally. I will come to that button and I will want to delete. Delete is to remove, to destroy. So I'll come to this button and click. When I click on this button, they will remove it, they will destroy it, so that we repeat. We want to repeat when you are seeing, instead of showing you what we did last year. So what do? I come here and I click that I want to delete trade setting of 400. It will ask if I am serious. Do you want to delete? And I say, yes, I confirm that I want to delete. Why are we deleting? Because we want to repeat. Why do we want to repeat? So that people see how it is done. So very quickly now, I will go and click this plus the addition button to say we want to add a trade setting. And of course, we are adding the trade setting of 400 so that you see how we add. So I click there to add. When you click to add, they will open the strategy setting for you. What do we have? We are thinking of 400. For the first time we are buying, what do we remove? We will remove 15 USDT. We will remove 15 USDT to remain with 485 USDT. Okay, but what should we do first? We can start by giving a good label. It is optional, but very helpful. The remark is optional, but very helpful. We can say that this one is going to be for 400 space capital USDT, so that we know this is the trade setting for 400 USDT. I can put semicolon, or I can put comma, whatever. Then after the semicolon, I can also add something like this is for 64.2% of drop in the market. So if the market price of your currency is to fall, even if it has fallen by up to 64.2%, it will still be in the area that the robot will trade, because we are going to calculate the percentage of drop very carefully, so that for 400 USDT, you should be able to trade even if the currency price has dangerously fallen and fallen up to 64.2%, far down. You will still be beating the market, and people are surprised how you are still getting profit because of a trade setting that you are aware of. So that is what we have added there, so that we are reminded. Then we come. How much did we say we are going to pick for the first time? 15 USDT. Is that the amount? Correct. So no problem. Then next, if we have spent 15 from 400, how much money is left? 485 is left. If we are left with 485, and if the market is going down and down and down, how much money will we be picking each time? Only $10, $10, $10 each time. So we can pick up to 48 times, and then that is how our money will be spent. So the number of times we will be able to spend the balance after spending 15 is not 7, it is 48 times, because we have 485 USDT. So we remove the 7, we type the 48. What is the profit that we can count that it is enough? Take that profit, don't let it go. It must be that the profit is 1.3, that is okay. If there is any recall back, the price has gone somewhere, but the price has stopped, the price has begun coming backwards. The price has begun coming backwards. That is what we say, call back. Will we just leave the robot to watch and watch and watch? No, we will want the robot to take action quite quickly. So the robot should not wait until 0.3 change of price. The robot should only wait for 0.1. The robot should act. 0.1, the robot should act. 0.1, the robot should act. So all the 3 places of callback, we are putting 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Next, the 48 margin calls have to be described. How far should they go? And what quantity will we buy? How far should they go? What quantity will we buy? Those ones are to be covered in what they call the configuration of the margin. The margin is there, and all the 48 margin, we have to explain.
Excuse me, sir. On the margin call limit, we can subtract from 400 and it remains 38, not 48. You have done.
Oh,
you have just gotten that right.
That is true. That is true. Sorry. I was thinking wrongly. So instead, it should be actually 38. And in fact, in our setting, interestingly, although it is 38, but in our setting, we have taken care of 37. We have decided deliberately to put 37. Because sometimes, of course, you know that they don't pick exact. I think for those who were available yesterday and so on, we have seen that sometimes the robot is not picking exact. For the case of 400, we have deliberately decided to use 37 even, not 38. Sorry, but thank you very much indeed, because we are going to get stuck there without any clear explanation. So let us consider putting 37
The signal is off. Probably he's has got some concern. He's coming back. Just a moment. It seems his Wi-Fi has gone off. Probably he's coming back with maybe data. Of course, trade setting is very important to every student to understand, because we are still at the beginning. When we go to the advanced level, people learn technical analysis, and this technical analysis will take them to another level. That's why you should understand trade setting from the beginning. So lecturer is back. You're welcome, sir.
Yes, there has been a little interruption on the internet, and so I am now back to the data. I hope the data will be able to support. Some little interruption was done on the internet. The Wi-Fi went, although it is coming back. Let me see. If it is coming back, the Wi-Fi is sometimes better, and it is more efficient. Let me time and time and time. Anyway, that is for the 37. We have explained enough of that. Now we go to explain how the 37 buying should take place. That is explaining the configuration of the margin. So we go for the 37 margin calls. Are they 37? Yes. We told the robot we will want 37 of them. Should we start from the right or from the left? We can even start from the right. If we are starting from the right, what does the right-hand side contain? The right-hand side is about how much we will pick to buy. We will buy in what quantity? We will buy in what quantity? And moreover, we have already set here, they have already set here this figure. So we don't want that. We are going to pick 0.67 of the 15 USDT. Why 15? That is the buy-in, the first buy-in. So 0.67, as we have explained again and again, is the fraction. So 0.67 times the 15 to get us the 10 USDT. Of course, 10.05. So we put the 0.67. And then I can even copy that so that we move at a faster speed. I paste, and paste so that we have the 0.67, the 0.67, the 0.67, the 0.67. We keep that one, we paste, and we paste, and we paste. If you cannot paste, you are not used to it, no problem. You can type the 0.67. If you don't want to type 0.67, you are hurrying, you can just begin from 0.67. 0.67. The robot is aware you are meaning 0.67. And the robot will just continue without any problem. As long as the point is there and the 67 is there, the robot will simply go ahead as if it is 0.67. But in our case, we are pasting 0.67, and I want to do it a little bit fast so that we can get this one done. The right-hand side is finishing, showing the quantities of the currency that we will be buying. We will use 10 USDT, actually 10.05, 10.05. So the 0.67, that is explaining the 10.05. Then we come to the left. Here now you have to pick your pen, at least the right-hand side. Even if you have written only once, it is okay because it is the same throughout for all the 37. But the left-hand side, now this is what we are going to do. Because 400 is a big sum of money, we will want the robot to move a short distance it should buy so that you benefit. It is as if you are putting many nets to trap the movement and to gain the quantity so that you will have bigger volume to sell. So look and listen very well. The first 27 of the margin calls, each one, we will ask the robot to go down only 0.6% is enough. The robot should buy. When there is a drop in the price, 0.6% is enough. The idea is the money is big. We can afford to spend quite quickly. After all, we would be left with $385 to spend in case the price is falling. So 27 times, we are going to type 0.6. So we come here and we say, if it has dropped 0.6%, buy. 0.6%, buy. And if we are hurrying, 0.6 is enough. 0.6. 0.6, we are hurrying. 0.6. Why 0.6? It is the same in mathematics. And the robot is built by those who understand mathematics. It has been instructed to understand that 0.6 means 0.6. 0.67 means 0.67. 0.6 means 0.6. So when you put 0.6, it is the same. 0.6 doesn't matter. 0.6, the robot understands. 0.6, exactly, that is what we mean. 0.6 and so on, until when you have finished all of them to 20, sorry, until when you have finished up to margin call number 27, then you stop. Margin call number 27. Have we reached margin call number 27? Exactly. Exactly. How many margin calls are now left? 10. 10 margin calls are now left. So we come now to margin call number 28. Now, listen and listen very well. Margin call number 28, 29, and 30, those three, margin call number 28, 29, 30, those three, each one, we are going to tell the robot to wait, and if the drop is 2%, the robot should buy. Those three, 28, 9, 30. So I just remove the one, I just remove the one, I just remove the one, so that I am left with 2, 2, 2, 3 times. We have reached 30. Next, we are going to number 31. From 31 until the end, when you are in the setting of 400 USDT, from 31 until the end, which actually is not even very far, from number 31 up to the end, we put 6%, 6%. We want the robot now to be very patient, not to use the money very fast, because at least by the time you buy that margin call, it is very clear that the price of this market is surely going down. So you should be very careful and make sure your money doesn't run out too fast. This is a clear sign that this currency is really, really ready to go down. So you must spare money without spending too fast, so that you wait and wait and wait. When it has dropped by 6%, the price is so sweet, you buy big quantity. Even though you are spending constant $10, but the $10 you were buying when here buys a smaller quantity. The $10 you are buying when here buys a bigger quantity because the price has dropped by more than 20%. That is wonderful. So that is the trade setting. When you have finished all this left and right, what is remaining? To confirm. So we confirm, and then that is confirmed. Finally, on this page, we are now leaving when you are handling the whole position and you have your profit there. You are selling number 1, 2, 3, 4 together with the first buy-in amount. What if you have finished with that? You are coming to position number 5, 6, 7 until 37. If you don't want whole position to take place for number 5, 6, you want it to be sold piece, like pieces of meat of the bull, opening the bull and selling in parts. Then you also have to explain that from number 5 and onwards, I will be taking my profit like this, like this, like this. So we go there for the sub position number 5 and so on, or distributed way of receiving the profit. We go there and the 1.3 is available from number 5 sub position, distributed allocation of the profit. So we say that from number 5, 0.5 is okay, 0.5 is okay, sorry, 1.3, 1.3 is okay, 1.3, 1.3 is okay, until when we have gone, say, to number 28. We have said that from number 28, we will now be requiring the robot to wait until when 2% of the price has dropped. Somewhere after number 28, when we came to number 31, we even said that we will ask the robot to be very patient. It should wait until when the price has dropped by 6. So what are we going to do? It means that when we reach number 28 and downwards, we should ask for better profit because the journey is far. Number 28 and the rest, because the robot will be moving big distance, the robot should kindly pick higher profit for us so that we are not miserable moving a long distance but getting very small reward. That one is better. From where? From number 28. Why 28? That is where the distance of buying and buying was bigger. We want the long distance of buying to get better reward from number 28. Have we finished? Yes. Where do we go? To confirm first. When we confirm, it will be stored. So we click confirm, it is stored. Now we have finished the trade setting. We have to return the pen and close while saving. So we click there and we will close while at the same time, we are saving. We save, and then we close, we confirm. So when we click confirm, the robot now stores. Where is it? What have we done? What we have done is we added a new trade setting for 400. Where is it? It will sit at the top. The last one you have added is the last one you are seeing at the top. It will push the other ones to go downward. It will occupy the topmost place. So when we are coming to pick the trade setting of 400, which is here, we will come and pick from the top there. You don't have to look around. It is at the top. Now we are finished. We can go back. We can go back so that we go to page number 1. That button, we go back to the left. Top left, we are back. So we are now here. We should leave page number 5 and come back to where the coins for trading are in the home page. So we come to the home page, and the blue is now on the home page, indicating we are at home. Which currency will we be using for the trade? We are aware we are doing the trade setting if you have to use USDT. So now you go. That suppose that we had not yet set BNB or BTC, and we wanted to trade those currencies. We would pick them. But because I am already trading them, I will just pick any other coin for the purpose of demonstrating. For example, I can pick this coin called BAT just to demonstrate that if now you want to pick the coin and go copy the trade setting, this time now for many people, we are just repeating, but it is okay. So if BAT was the currency we are to trade, you click BAT. From here, you come to the bottom where there is the create button. When you have reached this page, you tell the robot you want the martingale strategy board so that you start creating the trade. So you select martingale, click create. When we come here, we say we don't want the automatic, we want our own. Our own gives us flexibility because specifically the trade for 400, it is our own, it is flexible. So we come, we click this next button at the bottom. That takes us to the screen for the currency. The currency is here. How do we choose the other trade we labored to put? We say you come down to trade setting. You click trade setting. When you click trade setting and you have come to this page, how do you proceed? At the moment, they have blocked this one here. You can see that the yellow is faint, but we want to choose the strategy we have just set. To choose the strategy, you must allow the robot to edit. So we ask the robot that we want to edit. If you want to edit, pick that pen. Click on the pen, they know you want to edit. Now the yellow is ready. So you come and click on the yellow line at the bottom that you want to choose a strategy setting. When you have come here, where is our strategy? We have said this one here at the top is the strategy we are picking. So we click anywhere, at least not on the delete, at least not on the editing. We don't want to go back to begin again editing. We don't want to remove, we don't want to delete. So click anywhere except don't click here. So I have now clicked somewhere and they have picked the trade setting. Exactly, it is here. Remember, the 37 is there, and the rest. So very simple. We have already picked it. We now go and save. When we go to save, it will ask, do you want to save? Yes. You want to save it? Yes. We confirm. So we click confirm, and it is done. Have we finished the work? We have said two things can occur. Sometimes you are in a rush and you have gone, start the trade. It has started the trade. It starts buying. You will see there that it has already bought the first item. It has already bought and it has begun trading. Then you realize, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I did not go to strategy mode. How did I skip this? No problem. If it has bought only one, the first buying, if it has bought the first buying, which we have said is supposed to be 15, if it has bought the first buying, that is okay. Even if it has bought the first buying and from the 37 margin, if it has bought only 1, 2, 3, 4, you are lucky. You can still come and change. But if it has bought up to 5, it will refuse. So we now come to the strategy mode. We click the strategy mode to check. Oh, it has already even picked number 3. So even if we say cancel, we are trying to say we don't want to change what you have done. So it has already picked number 3. But just for good practice, we can all the same say confirm anyway, and that is okay. Because if you are used to something, it is sometimes good to do the way you are used to. It is just like if you are driving in Uganda. If you are driving in Uganda, even if there are no vehicles on the opposite side of the street, the road, the highway, still you will stick to the left, whether or not there are vehicles, because that is the way you were trained and that is the way you are used to. So we still click that we want to confirm anyway. When you have confirmed, you have finished your trade setting. You go click the start button and confirm there that you want to create. The robot will trade for you. So that is the trade setting. And then you know that you want it for 3 currencies. You go for the next currency. Maybe the next currency is probably fill. You pick fill. You go to, you go to the inside there. And then from inside you go and you pick the trade setting that you have already picked. How? Fill is open. We come to create. We have clicked. After that, we come to robot and create the martingale and create. When we are here, we say our own with flexibility. We select. When we are here, we go and we say the trade setting is here. The trade setting is there. So we go inside the trade setting. At the bottom, it is not the correct yellow. So first, ask that you want to edit. We edit. The bottom now is the proper yellow. We can now go to choose a strategy setting. The strategy we are interested in is this one here. So we click anywhere here except not here. So we click. That strategy is copied wholesale with one click. It is copied here. Since it is the one we want, we can now save the setting so that what we have picked is available. We confirm. After we have confirmed, 2 things. You can go here if you are in a hurry, but if you are not in a hurry, you can finish first with the strategy mode. When you have come to the strategy mode, you see the 3rd one is picked. You just confirm for formality. You just drive left just for formality, although there are no vehicles on the other side of the road. you still drive on the side you are used to. When you're finished, you click the start button. They will give you certain things to read. It is not important to read. You can simply say you have read it too many times and you have already understood. Then they will ask you, are you finally serious that you want to create? If so, yes, you say you want to create. In this particular case, I just picked this currency at random. I am not necessarily interested in trading this currency. We have just picked for demonstration. So in this special case, I am not going to accept to use my money. So either I click that cancel or I click this cancel so that I don't end up creating a trade I don't want. So I click either the top or the middle cancel. So that what happens, will it mean that the trade setting we have put is lost? No, it is not lost. Only that we have decided that we are not going to tell the robot to trade, but we are telling the robot to keep that setting. That is why we stored that setting. The robot stores that setting, except we have told the robot, don't pick my money to use for that currency. That is the only difference. So, ladies and gentlemen, finally, we have finished showing you how to set if you have picked that you want to use 400 to trade one currency. So to trade several currencies. If it is one currency, you go here straight. If you want to trade several currencies, you first have to set under mine so that you copy 1, 2, 3 times. Can you imagine you have trade setting and then you want to type 1, type 2, type 3. Not important. Just go on page 5. Set it once, you will copy. Thank you very much indeed. Let me see if there are specific questions, maybe, probably. If there are no specific question, and I think there is no specific question, I don't also see anybody raising the hand. So maybe there is no specific question at the moment. As you still think of question, probably it is okay. I hand over to Mr. Jean-Paul Ramojema. Okay, I can see Madame Sani. Madame Sani has raised the hand. If the question is to me, please, you can go ahead, unmute your microphone, and then you can speak, please. It's okay. Unmute the microphone. Yeah, thank you. So okay, please go ahead.
Thank you very much for the elaborate presentation. My question is on how to choose the currency. What determines the currency that we have to use? Because also, how do we determine as to where should we, I've seen that when we go for the margin calls for different amounts of money, we are setting it differently. So I was just wondering as to how do we determine that? And also how do we determine the currency at the present moment as to which currency are we going to benefit a lot or yes? And how do we determine that one? Yes.
Okay, yeah, thank you. 2 questions, if I've understood well. 2 questions. One, yes. You're saying, if you want to trade, which currency? And then 2, if you have to keep changing from 150 to 350 to 200 and so on, who gives this? Okay, maybe I start with that second question. Who gives us? We have actually landed on some very good videos. Some very good videos on YouTube. Some very good videos were available on YouTube. The YouTube videos had setting for 200 and then 250. It had setting of 300 and then of also 350 in the range of that, 400 available, also 450. And then we had 500, sorry, that one is 450. Then we had for 500 and finally a trade setting for 1,000. So there was a video for that, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe eventually we will also share those 8. Then we also had to put a trade setting to accommodate the interest of our people here in our locality who find difficulty getting big money. Someone probably wants to put 120 to activate the robot, 20 for the gas fee, and the person eventually has only 100 as the capital for the trade. It is disappointing to say you have activated, very good. You have put the gas fee, very good. Look for 100, we want 200. It wouldn't be fair. So we decided also to create for a beginner a trade setting of 100 or even 150. So the whole thing is there were YouTube videos that were available. So we want that kind of standard. We want that kind of standard. You are probably new. If you can have the trade setting of 250, the very same thing, and you will want to help your daughter, brother, maybe spouse. I hope you will not feel offended. You want a family member to help. It would be good if you have the exact record that you can use for this person. You get the next person, you have the exact record. We talk of that as having a standard that is easy to follow, a standard that is easy to copy. So that is the idea, answering the second question. How do we determine the setting? We have videos recorded for that. And we have been sharing this, even practically teaching, even giving the video for people to see, to follow. Then coming to the question of the currency, which coins do we choose? Okay, now you should know, and everybody should know, that the mother of all the cryptocurrencies that will behave and cause the rest of the cryptocurrencies to behave in a similar way. And the currency that does not belong to any company, the currency that does not sit on one website that will be closed, a currency that has no CEO, a currency that no country on earth can threaten. There is no CEO you can arrest. There is no CEO you can take to court. There is no one website you can close. That currency is Bitcoin. So it is the best currency to pick and trade. But also the second best currency that is also difficult for people to fight is Ethereum. Sorry, Ethereum. Ethereum is like this. And then there is this BNB. It is a currency belonging to the Binance company. Binance is a country, for your information, maybe even you are aware. Binance is a company that is owned by a Chinese. So when Americans are fighting to keep the position of their dollar, they don't like cryptocurrency. They want to create a lot of problem, laws, legal restrictions, and so on and so forth. Hey, if you are wise, run to Chinese, because Americans do not control Chinese. Run to Chinese. So these are the first 1, 2, 3, and the best currencies. These are currencies that are not disorganized. And these currencies, the funny thing with these currencies is also that if they are moving up, they don't move too badly. They don't move maybe 30%, maybe 31% in 11 hours. And then they come backwards, probably 33% negative, 33% downwards. No, these three currencies move very little. If they have moved and really moved up, it may just be 4% or 5 or 6. And then if the price has dropped and it has really dropped, it could just be 6% or maybe 5 or maybe 4 or 3 even. This is good for a trader, because if you had planned that you were going to buy, say, only 24 margin call, and the currency has finished your money in just 5 hours, woo, that would be terrible. And for other currencies, believe me, they can drop in one day even by 30%. Then the following day, they continue to drop by 21%. Another day, they continue to drop by 8%. By that time, the drop in percent in only 3 days has finished the entire money. Now you begin to quake. You will pick the phone and you begin calling us, oh, the money is getting finished. The price, yesterday, the day before that one, the currency was $6.8. Now it is only 1.9. Are we safe? Are we safe really? Are we safe? Are we safe really? And then we will be comforting you like counselors. No, just don't worry. It will go up. Don't worry. It will go up. So we want currencies that are fairly stable. If it is going down, very little. If it is going up, very little. If it is coming down, very little. If it is going up, very little. True, the profit may not be as big, but you go for the big profit after you have gained some experience. When you have traded, and probably you have traded now for 2 months, for 3 months, you have got some experience. At the time you still do not have the experience, choose the mother currency that nobody can threaten. Choose the number 2 that is clearly available without much problem of law. And then choose BNB. If America is fighting cryptocurrency, maybe because of their currency, the dollar, after all, this one belongs to a Chinese. Americans have no way of threatening any Chinese. They can threaten Britain, Australia, Uganda, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, but they cannot threaten China.
The signal is off, sir. We cannot hear you. Can you get me? Probably has got some interruption. Now, what I can say, I can add on is that the network has gone off on his side. What I can add on is that, of course, you may ask yourself, if you can choose those 3, what about others if we have the list of many coins there? So we are at the beginning and we are learning, of course, to trade in what we call psycho mode. In psycho mode, robot buys for you and sells for you throughout the year without stopping. But other coins are traded in another mode, which is not psycho. So we'll learn about this. I can see he's coming. When he says that when you gain experience, other coins are traded by professionals, the ones who know the market analysis, the ones who can do technical analysis. So I see lecturer is back. Network has been a problem to his side. You may go on, sir, if you can hear me.
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Yeah, thank you very much. In fact, I had finished the explanation for that person who asked the question. And probably some people have also benefited from the question. We take it that it is okay. When a person has some concern and asks a question, it becomes beneficial for also all the rest. Some people have already understood which currencies we talk about, but probably we had not told them the reason why we picked those three as the best. So today it was an opportunity to explain because of the question. Otherwise, I had finished explaining, and that is okay. Thank you for the question and for being patient with us for the explanation as well. So over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, senior lecturer. And we are still at the beginning, of course. Yes, you have been here almost 1 week, and others are just coming in like that. That's why we put our lectures, of course, in a series so that when you are alone, you can go through them. Those who have robot, you can learn, you can go through the lectures when you are stopping, and you record, you store your setting in your setting strategy. Because if we have now reached to the setting of 400, started from 100, started from 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, and we are now at 300, 400 now. We have reached 400. So we are moving forward to 1,000. Imagine when you have been in class and you have mastered the setting from 100 to 1,000, and you store your setting in your setting strategy, you will need to do setting that anytime you get money. You will go to your strategy setting, you copy the setting, and you, of course, you set robot does the work. So technology simplified the work. That's why you will not need to be monitoring the market. And you see it has gone up, and where you say, no, robot is there. That's why you pay its subscription for 1 year to do the work for you in that kind of way. Only what you do is to give it instructions so that it can work for you. So for this, of course, when you go pro, you become professional, you learn the market analysis in ahead, you will do some other things that we have not reached yet. It's not stopping from here. Our sister has asked a very good question that how do you determine a coin? Yes, there is a start, of course, the main currencies, as the lecturer said, the three main ones to the beginners. And of course, another question she came up with, of course, the difference between this kind of the setting according to the money. So each capital has its own setting. It changes. So she was asking about what criteria that do you follow. So it is a standard, of course, as the senior lecturer has replied, a standard that we have in our affiliate that can help every generation that comes in our affiliate to learn. So when you are of course, you have a community, you have organization, you should have some standard or some rules, some way you can do things. Maybe you may ask yourself, if I do it differently, what would happen? Yes. For example, you may choose small profit, like 1.1, as we are watching 1.3, then someone may come and ask, what if I choose 10% as a profit? Yes, you can choose 10%. It can be your wish, your will, but you can learn some consequences you may face. How? The movement of the market, the price is now selected, you can set a profit, rather, you can set a profit depending on the movement of the market. If you choose 10%, it may take 5 months without selling because there is the coin can resist to reach there. Instead, you can choose small where market can reach, and you can sell as many times as possible, small profit, but instead of getting bigger profit, which market may even fail to there, and you can wait for so long. So with experience, you will be learning and gain more and more skills. Moving forward, you will just develop understanding and you become professional. Yes, from the beginner towards professional trader. Thank you so much. I appreciate our senior lecturer for great work. Of course, to the others who have been together. If there is not any other specific question, we can keep it here. We meet again tomorrow. So I've seen some new people who have been in class, but they disappeared before time. And I can see Vincent Hategekimana. He's, of course, a V1, I know, but he has not been present in our class. I think I can welcome him to 1 minute, of course, to say something. As I can say that the more you don't come here, you are missing a lot of things. You are missing a lot of things. If you go through the recording, come here and they ask the questions like our sister and son has already asked me. So, listen, can you hear me? Vincent, if you can talk.
Hello, hello.
Yes, please.
Okay, good afternoon.
Yes.
Yes, it is the second time I join the class. I have joined the class for the first time in the morning. And now it is the second time.
Wow.
Yes, I'm getting something from this class because I tried to get the knowledge of something new I didn't know before.
Wow, good. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yes.
Are
you the one with Muheto?
Takes a lot to welcome me in the class. I want to attend the class every day in order to be experienced in this business.
Of course, because sometimes people complaining, floating loss, what? Every day, you should not complain because loss is part of the business.
I spend a long time in floating loss because I have a little experience with this kind of business, but little by little I'll be perfect, I hope.
All right. Floating loss is the part of the business. You cannot be in crypto market and you say you will not go through floating loss. If you believe anyone will be a liar. So floating loss is there, but still the patience is the open everyone, because it is about the movement of the market downward. One day it will go up and drop, will sell your stock. Thank you. So let's call it day. And now, of course, we meet again tomorrow. Good evening. May God bless you all. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. There you go.